I cannot stop thinking about the time a bunch of frat boys went to one of Caitlin Clark's games in high school and started chanting overrated at her, and it backfired so unbelievably hard. I mean, look at how hyped up these Chads and Brads are. You know that they heard the hype about Caitlin Clark before the game, #1 ranked recruit in the country, and they thought, hey, Ken. Yes, Ken? What if, we were the sixth man today? What if we totally changed the game? You know that Caitlin Clark girl who, pulls up from the logo? What if we chanted overrated at her? Right? That won't give her any extra motivation that she needs at all. And one of my favorite parts about this game is the camera work from the camera person. I mean, look at this. Caitlin Clark goes down on offense, gets a bucket, and then immediately pans back to the Chats and the Brats. And then they got so quiet. They were so loud at the start of the game chanting overrated. Dun, 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 dun. Were they silent? Or were they silenced? And then they're just stuck there in their Brad and Chad outfits. But I really need a 30 for 30. Where are they now? Because you know that they're all just accountants. Or they're in finance. But most likely they're in tech sales. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is the best basketball player in the country. Okay, so logo 3. If you thought Caitlin Clark was a problem at Iowa, just wait until you see her 8th grade highlights. You know the girls she was playing against were telling Miss Frizzle about the big game they had this weekend, just for Miss Frizzle to be like, how'd that game go? And for them to be like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Miss Frizzle, I don't want to talk about it. Caitlin Clark went behind her back and put me on skates. Is that what you wanted to hear, Miss Frizzle? She was pulling up from range as an 8th grader. As an 8th grader. No one's doing that in college except for Caitlin. Imagine seeing that in 8th grade. It's like seeing a moving picture for the first time. You're just like, what is this sorcery? She has to be a witch. What kind of spells is she casting? And it's not just the range that she had as an 8th grader. She was dropping dimes like the United States Mint. Dropping more dimes than Kadarius Toney. Dropping more dimes than an old man with amnesia. Just the thought of how stressful 8th grade can be between the awkward middle school dances and civics class to just have Caitlin Clark dropping buckets on your ass thrown into the mix sounds so terrible. If you have yet to see these two little girls try and get Caitlin Clark's autograph, I promise you it is the most wholesome thing you will see on the internet today. So Kate Martin taps Caitlin Clark and goes, hey, these two little girls made signs for you and they want your autograph. And Caitlin Clark goes, hey, nice signs, but we're only up 19 with 40 seconds left. I am locked in. I've got that Mamba mentality. Look at Gabby next to Caitlin. She just looks stressed. But these little girls do not quit. They go, hey, Caitlin, I know you've got that Mamba mentality, but we've got that Caitlin Clark in us. You're a Swifty, I am too, and I am loving 22. Those shirts are absolutely electric. I might have to pick one up for myself. I don't know where these little girls are making these shirts, but I sure want one. And these little girls did their research. They said, we're making signs that are Taylor Swift themed because we know that Caitlin Clark is a Swifty. That's going to get her attention, and it sure did. Now, post-game, Kate Martin beelines it right to these girls. She said, I love your signs. I'm giving you my John Hancock. And finally, after all the work, all the dedication, all the tenacity, these little girls finally get Caitlin Clark's autograph, and their days have been made. This is what it's all about. This right here is my favorite Caitlin Clark sequence of all time. First off, she's going to do what Caitlin Clark does, and that's pull up from 3 and splat right in your face. And then when she's running back on defense, she's going to do a little MJ. And no, I'm not talking Michael Jackson. I'm talking Michael Jordan with the shrug. She's just running back on defense, and she's going to shrug her shoulders and go, did I do that? The referees then give her a technical foul for that, and Coach Bludder is not happy about it. But thankfully, Caitlin's going to calm her down. Listen, Coach, we're still up by 17. She's going to cut this lead to 16, but that's still a lot of points with only a minute left in the game. And trust me here, Coach, I'm going to make them pay. And look at Caitlin Clark's face here. It's the patented Caitlin Clark. Oh, you poke the bear? Oh, you want to poke the bear? Okay, let's see how this turns out for you. And then they inbound the ball, and Caitlin goes, oh, I got ball. That's my ball. That's our ball, ain't it? That's our ball, ain't it? And then they get the ball back, and Caitlin goes, give me the rock. I want the rock because I'm going to do what Caitlin Clark does, and I'm going to shoot it right in your face, splat to end the game, and now I'm going to talk my shit again. Dare you to give me a tech again, ref. I double dog dare you, and they didn't. They were